I'm live, everybody. Welcome to Saturday Night Hockey Talk live stream, where the Montreal Canadiens will try to win a game and break their losing streak. The Montreal Canadiens, and we don't need the sound. And they're in Ottawa to play the Senators. And let's see now. I don't think Brendan Gallagher will be playing. Ben Sherratt is out, of course, along with Armia, Byron, and Drouin. And yeah, it's going to make for an interesting game. Hey, Nolan, your record is still intact, buddy. It's going to make for an interesting game tonight. The Senators are playing. I thought they were going to play Anderson because Hogberg played last night, but apparently they're starting Hogberg for a second game in a row on back-to-back nights. So maybe that'll work in our favor, maybe not. That's too bad, buddy. Well, at least, you're – and listen, if you can't make it, it's because you can't. Your streak is still intact. Don't worry about it. When you're back, you're going to be back. So we'll miss you, though. Don't worry. We'll miss you, and hopefully you'll be back soon. And my live streams for Saturday, by the way, will still go through the summer. So don't worry about that kind of stuff. But obviously, once the games are over, I won't be live streaming games. Although I might do some live streams, like we're not going to make the playoffs. So I might pick a team and follow them, and we'll do a live stream. We'll see what happens. Oh, you're only gone for a week. Don't worry about that. A week's nothing. Your streak, okay, so you're gone for a week, but you're back. So your streak's over. So you start a new streak after that. Don't worry about it, buddy. So who else is in the room? And okay, so I'm picking. I picked Ottawa 4-3. I know you're gonna hate me for that. Whatever. I hope Montreal will win, but I've got Ottawa 4-3, and I took Kovalchuk to get the first goal. So Nolan, who do you think is gonna get what's score gonna be, and who's gonna get the first goal for Montreal? And let's see what else I gotta say now. There's all this talk, obviously, about price, about the trading deadline. Are they buyers, sellers, all that kind of stuff? I talked about it in my vodcast, and it's coming up soon. I'm not even sure when the trading deadline is this year. Honestly, I don't know. I guess it's early February, something like that, or late February. I'm not sure. Well, I mean, look, if we get Lafreniere, we get him. But I don't think I could ever watch a Habs game and hope they lose. I don't think so. Even if I would want something like that, I mean, I would like to see Lafreniere, but I don't think I could ever watch a Habs game and want them to lose. I know I'm not picking them to win here because I think it's a trap game. Someone was arguing with me on Twitter that it's not a trap game because Montreal is a crappy team, but a trap game is very simply this, in my opinion. A team that has better numbers plays a team that has worse numbers. That team will win. Even though you think you're going into it, you're going to beat them. And that's what I think is going to happen. So we'll see. I hope it's not. I hope Montreal pulls off a win here. Stop this losing streak. And listen, also, Nolan, there's other guys than Lafreniere. So right now we're sitting in like 6th spot for the draft. So if we stay there, we're still going to get a good pick. Believe me. Okay, so Nolan's got 4-1 Montreal or 3-1 Ottawa. Well, except for the last game, they've been in 1-goal games. The last one was 2 goals, but one was an empty netter. So we'll see what happens. I hope they wake up and good stuff happens. But remember, Gallagher is going to be out. That's not going to bode well. Sherratt's going to be out. Again, not going to bode well. So I don't know what's going to happen here. Even though it's just the lowly Ottawa Senators, they beat us the last time. So it's not like they can't beat us. So we'll have to see what happens there. How is it I got 14 people watching? It says there have already been. No one's talking. Jordan, hey, how's it going? Finally, someone's Habs fan for life. All right, we're getting some action. So Jordan's saying our last like 5 first overall picks even with the team anymore. Aren't even with the team. Okay. Tybo, aren't even with the team anymore. Do you think we need a scouting change? Well, there's been a scouting change. Bergevin has changed. That's why the prospects that we've picked in the last couple of years have been that much better. That has happened. The results of that take a couple of years, 2 to 5 years till they all start showing up. So, and you're seeing it because you've got KK here. Well, Suzuki we didn't draft. Fleury, Primo's played. These are guys that we drafted with this new. Okay, I'll put it this way. This is what happened. Apparently, 2-3 years ago, Timmins and Bergevin agreed to Timmins would handle the drafting, the scouting, and all that, and Bergevin handles the trading and contracts and all that. And that's where the change in the drafting came, because it's gotten better, and we're seeing the results. So I wouldn't say that even though from the they were bad picks that they made, that's a different staff. Maybe not totally different, but it's different. So I'm just looking forward. Look what they've been doing in the last couple of drafts. Really good picks. There's 12 people in the room, but it's only me. Now people are starting to come in now and talk. John Weichels in here. I think you're a Leafs fan, am I right? Welcome in, though. Everybody, welcome in. Let's see our favorite team lose again and again. No, I can't agree with that. Although, yeah, I know you want Lafreniere, but I can't agree with that because I can't watch them. Like I was saying, I can't watch them and hope they lose. Brandon, how's it going, buddy? Thanks. Welcome in. Jordan, first round. Sorry, I'm not sure why you're saying that. John, you think Carey Price gets traded? I really don't. I don't think they will, and I don't think they should. And if you really, really want to know why, I urge you to watch my vodcast, because that's what I talk about, the whole thing about Carey Price and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah. I mean, it was a 35-minute vodcast. I don't think I want to go into it all right here, right now. But I don't think they do, and I don't think they should for a bunch of reasons. And, yeah, it's just the way I feel. Do I think KK won't be as good as we expected? Honestly, I think he's doing good. Oh, I think KK is fine. I don't think there's any I haven't lowered my expectations of KK at all, except to say I think he may not be the number one center, because I think Nick Suzuki is going to be that. But he'll be the number two, and he'll be damn good. So, no, I don't. He's 19. He's 19. He's 19 years old. It's nothing. If this is happening in 3 years, okay, just a different story. If he's never gotten it and it's 3 years down the road from here, that's a different story. But right now, no, he's fine. Couple of good D-men in draft. James Drysdale. Yeah, I saw some rumors about people wanting Drysdale and Justin Barra. It's a very deep draft, Darcy. By the way, welcome in, Darcy. It's a very deep draft, and if they get anything in the top 10, they're probably doing good. The lower down, the better. I get it, but they, it's not they're going to get a good player. There's a lot of good picks in the first round this year coming. Brandon says Duclair scores first goal, but I'm only asking for Habs first goals, Brandon. Not the first goal of the game, the Habs first goal. I always ask that. Maybe I should ask both and see who ask first goal of the game, but I like to do the Habs first goal. And you may be right, Duclair might score the first goal. Nolan says we should trade Price for the first pick or trade him to Carolina for Aho and Mrazek. But again, Nolan, like I've been saying, it's easy to say this, much harder to do this. First of all, if I'm the team with the first pick, I'm not taking Carey Price at $10.5 million, not playing up to his contract really right now, unless he's lights out at that point. I'm not doing it, and I don't think anybody else is doing that. That's number one. Number two is you hear this rumor for Aho and Mrazek, and if you're going to trade Carey Price, I agree. That's a good back. Although I don't like Mrazek, he's a freaking diver. You touch him and he falls all over the place. I don't like that, but I like Aho. But do you really think Carolina is going to deal with us after the offer sheet for Aho? I don't think so. Nolan doesn't want us to win too often and you can't make me want to. Well, that's it. I mean, it's kind of how I feel, Nolan. Exactly that. Yeah, at this point, I would love to see them get number one pick. At this point, they're not making the playoffs. They're not mathematically eliminated, but let's face it, be realistic, they're not making the playoffs. So the better the pick, I mean, the higher up the pick, the better. I get that. And at the same time, I don't want them to lose. But yeah, that's the way it is. Shea Weber gets traded to the Leafs. I knew you were a Leafs fan. Honestly, though, do you really think you can afford a $7 million defenseman with all those big? I mean, just on that level, on money, it doesn't work. The problem with the Leafs right now or next year is they've got no defense, I think, except Riley signed. How much money do they have to spend? How do you fill out? That's where the problem is going to be. But no, Shea Weber, I mean, Leafs can't afford that. That's a big contract. The Habs would have to eat a lot of that contract, and I doubt they would deal with the Leafs for a guy like Shea Weber. Jordan says he thinks KK plays like Plekanec. That could be. Darcy, I think you were in there before. Said I. If I didn't, I'm sorry, but hi, Darcy. Thanks. Welcome in. Thanks for coming in, buddy. But you could say the same thing for Nick Suzuki. He's going to be a great two-way forward, but he's going to score. Look at Bergeron on Boston. Great, one of the greatest two-way forwards, especially in his era, and he can put up the points. So it doesn't really, it's not saying anything bad to say that even a good offensive forward is a really good two-way forward as well. Look at the Selke winners in general. There have been guys that can score. KK scored 3 goals since he came back. That's damn right. And KK, if you just watch him play, he looks like a guy with a lot more confidence. He looks like he's a little stronger and more physical, and I think it's all going to come in. He's growing into his body. He has to learn how to play at the higher weight. He's still gaining weight. Lehkonen, because he pretty much scores half the goals, very good two-way player though. Yeah, he is. He is too. Lehkonen for first goal. So you got a Lehkonen. Yeah, Nolan, I think a lot of people forgot about the offer sheet when they have this rumor out about Aho and Mrazek. I don't think Carolina talks to us at all. Jonathan Drouin gets traded. I don't, it depends on how he comes back from his injury. We'll have to see. But just because to say he gets traded because the deadline's coming up, no, I don't think so. And besides, he won't be back till after the All-Star break. That's the deadline's after that. Yeah, depends when he's back. If he's back before the deadline, maybe, I guess. But if he's still injured, there's no chance. Yeah, no, and I agree. They're not trading Drouin. I don't think they're trading Drouin. Joe, it's funny. He's right there. Hey, Joe. I was wondering where you were. Is it Lax Higgins? Hey, buddy. Welcome in. Darcy, it's a good possibility, but I don't think if they're going to move Price, I don't think it's at the deadline. If they're going to do it, it'll be in the off season. That's personally what I think. But I still don't think they're going to move Price. I don't think there's a deal out there that's going to make sense to them to move him. I don't. And there's a good argument that if you are building, you can build around Price. It's up to him if he wants to stay or not. He's got a no movement clause too, so don't forget about that. Although I would think if you had a deal for him, he would go. Jacob, welcome in, buddy. He's got KK for the first goal. Lax has Mete for the first goal. Joe, Mete for Fowler, I think is the right thing to do. I don't know if that's enough. You're going to have to put more than Mete for Fowler, I think. Although with Anaheim, they might be wanting to dump some salary because they're definitely in a rebuild. They have to be. Yeah, Nolan, that's what hockey's like. They won't ruin their friendship. They just won't be seeing each other every day. But if that happens, but I could see possibly now Mete could get moved. I could see it now. He's still so young though, Joe. He's only 21. I don't know if it's done, but I can see them putting him in a deal to get somebody that's better than him. So I can see them moving Mete and somebody else to get a better defenseman. I guess. I wouldn't say the experiment's done yet though, because he's only 21. Nolan, it was having him as a first line defenseman with Weber, but he's so young, he's not big enough really for first pairing. I think that's also true. What would you think of Julian getting fired and promoting Muller to an interim coach the rest of the year? I feel something has to change. Hey, Galactic, I don't think Julian's getting fired. I think if Julian does get fired, it's not during the season. Joe, I don't totally disagree with you saying Mete is useless. I don't like to say that, but I agree he hasn't done a ton, but he showed a little bit of offensive spark. I think it was the last game, or when he scored that goal. And yeah, I don't know. Okay, somebody, I missed it. It went. I'm not going to scroll too much because it screws me up. Need a third round pick at least with Fowler and maybe a second also. Yeah, you maybe. Yeah. I am watching on the. I'm streaming it. Yeah, I agree with you, Galactic. They're firing him, Mark or Bergevin or Julian's the wrong move. I don't think they're going to do it. If they lose 9 in a row, I think it ties the record. That year where we had I think they had a 9-game losing streak. I'm not positive, but I thought I saw something about that. Kevin and 19 Coyote, by the way, welcome in. Good to see you guys. Why is it that people want? Well, Nolan, I think it's just almost knee-jerk. Whenever a team has a losing streak like we've had, of course, going into the second one as well, the natural thing is people want to fire the coach or the GM. That's that. I think it's just a knee-jerk reaction, honestly. Would like to have Mete traded for Fowler, package him with maybe Ilonen and Ikonen in exchange for Fowler and Terry. I don't know much about Terry, but I guess I could see it something like that happening. Not Julian's fault. The team has tons of injuries. Before the injuries, the team was doing fine. I think so too. Injuries play a lot, but look, there's other teams that have had injuries, like the Penguins, and done well. Do I think Price wants a shot at a cup soon? I definitely think he does. Does it mean that he wants to necessarily leave the team? I don't know. Mete has 4 goals already. Yeah, I mean, at least he's scoring. Although that last one was a fluke, but I mean, he'll take it. GMA get fired. I'm not sure what GMA is there, John. Sorry. Mete and Jorge. Who would you rather have? I don't. George's. Okay, because it's G, not J. I think Mete's got more talent. George's wasn't the most talented defenseman. The thing is, he worked hard all the time. He left everything out on the ice. That's why George's was good and we loved him. But I think Mete's more talented. He's only 21. Give him another year or two before, I think, anyway. 19 Coyote, move the team. Never. I don't care if they're bad. I still want my team. Joe saying Claude Julien is one of the most underrated coaches in the league. Same thing with Bergevin as GM. They're both great. It's not their fault our team's injured. That's very true. And I think Bergevin is doing a good job. I think he's got the right head on his shoulders about finance and the cap space and all those kind of things. And it's not easy just to go make a trade. The other side has to want to trade. And maybe they do, but they want to take advantage of you. Well, you can't do that. So there's a lot of reasons why some trades aren't made. Brandon, got to agree with you. I don't think I've ever seen it either. Does it mean that we got to fire everybody, trade everybody? I don't think so. I look at it like this. And I think I've said this in a couple of videos about Habs needing to get to the playoffs, lose, get back in, and that's how you learn how to win. It's kind of the same thing. They learn from these losing streaks. It's not going to help this year, but next year it's going to help a lot. Believe me, it's going to help a lot. Is Gally playing tonight? Any updates on Byron and Armia? Gally, I don't think so, but it's a possibility. Byron, there's no word on Byron. Armia is out till after the All-Star break. Yeah, 19 saying no Gally tonight. I don't think he's playing either, but they're saying it was a possibility, but I don't think so. We lack depth that other teams have. I just like Wheel Barber Cousins, all those fillers. We need better depth than that. I agree with you, but look, the rest of our depth are the kids. They're young. They're guys that, so you're right. That's been the problem. That's why Pittsburgh's been able to be okay. They had better depth, more experienced depth than us. But that'll change over the next couple of years. And that's why this patience, you got to be a little patient. Cousins played extremely well with us. Wheel's not the greatest. Yeah, I'm disappointed in Wheel. Barber's resilient, but he doesn't have that extra that gets things done and finishes plays and that kind of thing. Hey, Evan, haven't seen you in a while, buddy. Not too much. Lax, your message was retracted probably because you swore or something. You might have to try it again with different language. Nothing I can do about it. It's the filter. They're good at, okay, Galactic saying they're good, not good enough is my opinion. Yeah, well, I agree with you. We don't have good enough depth. Look, if our depth was better, we wouldn't have had these losing streaks. That's without a doubt. So, it's been a problem. But it's one of those things that they're working on, that the guys are coming, and it's hard, it's a patience game. And if there's one thing that Montreal Canadiens fans don't have, is that's patience. I have to say, again, reiterate Steve Shutt's old quote. It's great here, Montreal. They love you, win or tie. Just don't tie very often. It's been confirmed Galley is ruled out. Yeah, I figured that would happen. Nick Ritchie gets... I don't know who Nick Ritchie is, honestly, John. Galley's got to see a specialist, I believe. Yeah, he probably should not have played the last game. Probably should not have played. But concussions are weird like that, so... Yeah, Jordan, hopefully Romanov will be here next year. Lax, I agree with you, but I don't know if the defense is good enough right now, especially Sherrod is out. I don't know if they can pick up the pace. We need improvements there. Galactic's prediction for tonight is we lose 4-2. Yeah, I got it 4-3. I hate saying it too. Who you got for the first Canadiens goal? Nolan. Oh, he's talking to Joe. What's wrong with this team? We're not terrible by any means, but we just can't win. Key saves not being made, and defense is still not playing. We're a decent team when we're healthy. It's the injuries, and it's not. I mean, everybody loves or hates to use excuses, but I mean, this is a valid excuse. Those injuries killed us, and we didn't have the depth to make up for it, and that's really what's wrong. Yeah, Galley should be. If Galley should be the next captain, he should be if he's still here. Let's pray Goldfield and Suzuki can become all-stars. Well, Sang-Sung, I believe so. I think Suzuki, I mean, look at his play. Suzuki's kind of showing us what he's going to be. He's on pace for over 50 points. That's great for your first season. And Caulfield, we'll see next year, but I believe he's going to be good. Galactic, he's not really, but I think you're right. He's kind of captain, what do you call that? It's like hidden. Laval's dominating right now on last night, 7-5. They're an extremely fun team. Huron can't stop scoring goals. Yeah, Joe, I just wish he would do it here. I hope he's just not one of those guys that scores in the AHL but can't here. And no, he can't be called up because if he plays one more game, they have to keep him here all year. They can't put him back down because he'd have to clear waivers. And more than likely, some team will pick him up because of how he's playing right now. Brandon, you got it. Kovalchuk. I got Kovalchuk for tonight as well. Galactic is saying people forget KK. KK is so young, he will become a beast in time. First goal, Kovalchuk. We're in agreement on Kovalchuk and in agreement on KK. He's just so young to give up on him and call him a bust at 19. Maybe at 23, 24, you can call a guy a bust. You can't call him that at 19. Joe's got Covey as well. NHL Hockey News. Hey, buddy. You know who I'm seeing? I'm noticing he's not here tonight. Where is the Scarecrow? Okay, I'm getting it wrong. No, Scarecrow, right? Where are you, buddy? Oh, I didn't have a chance. I keep forgetting to check out his channel and his band. I want to do that. Do I think Kovalchuk buying a $12 million house means he wants to come back to LA? I don't think so. I thought that was funny. He bought a house in Beverly Hills. NHL Hockey News wants Lafreniere. He's going 9 losses. Here we go. Yeah, 19 Coyote Galley should be. I wanted him as captain this last time, but I can't really argue about Weber. But he was my vote for captain. Lax saying we need a good backup, and Weber has tried to keep them in games. I think I agree with you, and I like what I've seen so far from Lindgren. I think he deserves another couple of games. I even said in the preview I thought maybe tonight would be actually a good time to start him. So I would have if it were me, give Carey Price a little bit extra rest, and we got to find out if Lindgren can be the backup or not. Nolan, if we get that, but Nolan, that's really hard to say. That's really hard. It could be immense and it could be disappointing. Do I think Montreal will do big trades before the deadline, or they won't? They never do. They're not. I'm going to be shocked if they're a buyer at the deadline. I'm hoping they don't do anything big at the deadline. And I know what you're talking about. Everyone's talking about it. Trade Tatar, Petrie, or the likes. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. Yes, maybe Cousins, Wheel, Barber's in the AHL anyway. Those fringe guys make room for some of the younger guys to come up and take those roles and get experience so they can start moving up. But next year, if you trade Tatar and Petrie and guys like that, think about it this way, and I said that in the vodcast, and you get Lafreniere. And you want Lafreniere to start right away and make an impact. But who's there to play with him? You've gotten rid of everybody. It's only the young kids, so it's going to take time. So, again, it's going to just take time. So I don't understand why trading Petrie and Tatar makes any sense to anybody. People are idiots and impatient, us included. We all do this. Yeah, I agree with you there. It went away. Sorry. Yeah, we're Habs fans. We're just not so toxic, crazy. But I think it's the same for every fan base. So, future lineup: Caulfield, KK, Suzuki. Yeah, I like that. But I would think I think you got to split KK and Suzuki. They both need to be the centers. So no, that's the only problem with that. Brandon, I get to see Lafreniere play my Sherbrooke Phoenix next month. Good stuff, buddy. Oh, so you're out in Sherbrooke? That's cool. Oh, so you must be with Matt there. You must be also Matt on the sin bin there. He's from out there. My ex-friend Matt. Oh, is that what the wrench means, Joe? That you're a moderator? I didn't know that. Thank you for teaching me that. I always wondered, too, why you guys have a wrench there. So now I know who my moderators are. All right. That's funny. They say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Hey, I just learned something. Anyone think Domi gets traded? Nope. Anybody out there think Domi gets traded? Lax is asking. I don't think so. Jacob, do I think Yolonen will be good? I don't know enough about him, but he's looking really good from what I can see. So I don't know, but I just have this feeling he'll be involved in a trade and we won't see him here. Cinderella story starts tonight. That would be great. My name is in blue with a wrench as well. What does that mean? That you are a moderator, 19 Coyote. It means I trust you enough to be a moderator. So when you see somebody with a stupid comment, I don't mean a stupid, like saying trolling. If you see a guy trolling, you can toss him out. And if I say, can one of my mods toss the guy out, you can do it. You have that right. With great responsibility comes great. With great power comes great responsibility, though, guys. Remember that. Spider-Man, Spider-Man. Ilonen's been a disappointment, honestly. He's not, yeah, oh boy. Just like 10 of them just went. Sorry, guys. Hockey news. I'm probably not. I'm really sorry. I have been super busy, and it's a bad excuse. And like 3 or 4 of you I know want me to check out the channel, and I will. I promise I will get around to it. I'm old and I'm forgetful. That's really the truth. I'm old and I'm forgetful. That's the problem. What you really need to do, but I'm gonna scroll. What you really need to do with that is on one of the videos, leave me a comment that says do that, because when I'm going through comments, that's really where I can from the comment I can go right and check it out, and it's from here till I don't remember. So on the next time you comment on one of my videos, leave that, say check out my channel, and I'll go do that right away. But from here I can't do that. Game's about to start too, guys. Game's about to start. I want to see what I missed. Okay, I was there. Okay, I was there. Okay, I'm getting down to the bottom. I'm picking up the game, so I'm probably not going to be able to scroll after this. So if I miss anything, just re-say it, and hopefully I'll catch it. And just got to re-say it till I catch it. I'm really sorry. It's not my usual style, but it is the way most guys do the live stream, so you guys must be used to that. But it's not my usual style. But I'm sorry, when I got to do the stream like this, it drops the other screen because I'm on my computer. And so I prefer not to have to scroll. So sorry, guys. Okay, back where I put the actual game on and not leave it just not like on the screen. Like that would help. Just hang on there, guys. My computer, is she working? Come on. Come on, game. Come on, pop up. There we go. Okay, back to you guys. Okay, Lax, but I'm only here till the first intermission, just letting you know. NHL hockey, really, seriously, put a comment. I'll go right away. But from here, by the time I forget about it, I really do apologize, but my memory's like that these days. 19 Coyote, I agree with you. I was a little shocked too, but you hear Tatar trade talk all the time. On Twitter, anyway, let me put it that way. Joe, it would be great, but you know, to count on something like being St. Louis of last year, I don't really think that's going to happen. I agree, Joe. Tatar is an important player, and we're going to need him next year. If everyone's complaining that they want it to be competitive, but you want to trade the guys away that are going to help us be competitive next year, and I don't get it. So, like, if you're willing to take next year away and not be competitive, why? What's the complaint about this year? Don't get it. Damn, pop up. Oh, it went away and didn't drop my. Okay. Yeah, 19 Coyote. We upped them with those 2 streaks, losing streaks. That's for sure. Look, if they make the playoffs, I'm going to be the happiest guy as well. But I ain't counting on it. I wouldn't bet money on it either. Although maybe $10, because imagine the payoff on betting for the Habs to make the playoffs right now. If the Habs can't win against Ottawa tonight, then I don't think Montreal can make the playoffs. They lost 6 points against Detroit. Kevin, yeah, okay, but I think, and look, this isn't, I'm not trying to be nasty, but then you're a little bit late to the game, because I think after the last couple of games, the losses, I don't see how anybody can really think they're going to make the playoffs. I got to drink something, guys. I mean, I really don't know at this point. But listen, they're still mathematically not eliminated, so that means there is that chance. But they better start winning tonight. You're right. But it's the last 3 games. I've been saying the same thing. If they lose tonight, okay, next game, retool. If they lose this game tonight, it's over. Try it again. If they, and they don't win. So when is it really over? It's over. I mean, at least it's in my opinion. I just saw them put a quote up there. Excuse me. Carey Price saying it's all on him, the reason for the losing streak. I don't think that's the case. It is partially on him, that's without a doubt, but I don't think it's all on him. I mean, the injuries have a lot to do with it, so I just don't think that's fair. But he's the kind of guy, he'll take that on his shoulders. Let's get back to you guys. Brandon, yes, he's in Sherbrooke, and it's been a tough year for the Habs. You've been spoiled enough to see the Phoenix at the top. Oh, I didn't know the Phoenix were at the top of the CHL. There was a guy that played there. I don't know if he's still there. Is Samuel Poulin still playing down there? I love that kid, Samuel Poulin. Wasn't he playing on in Sherbrooke for the Phoenix? That's the guy I was hoping we'd somehow get. And then there's one of the Tatar rumors is to trade him to wherever Poulin is. I can't remember now. And to trade him there and get Poulin back in that trade. If they make the playoffs, we're winning the cup. Well, I think it becomes even more unlikely, and I'll tell you why. It's going to be so unlikely for them to actually make the playoffs the way the St. Louis Blues did. It becomes even probably 10 times more unlikely for them to repeat that in the playoffs and win. So I don't know. Oh, God, did someone say trade Deneau? They're not trading Deneau. Well, Joe, that's the kind of guy he is. Unfortunately, he's going to take on the and look, it's a good part of it is on him. It is a good part, but it's not all on him. That's for damn sure. But he's the kind of guy, he's not going to throw his teammates under the bus. He's going to take it on his shoulders. That's what kind of a character Carey Price is. What a great, great, great character he is. Okay, hey, Hockey News, see you. Thanks for coming in, and I promise you, I will check out your channel. Well, Joe, it's true though. What are the answers? Are the injuries really? So the only other way to fix it is to bring in new players of that quality, but that can't be done. So there are no answers. The answers are we need those guys back. Or literally, the other guys got to step up, but that hasn't happened. If they don't step up, then the only answer is the guys back from injury. That's it. He's tried everything. There's no more things to try. They've tried everything to do to get these guys to execute and win, and there's nothing left for him to try. That's what he's saying. It is depressing, but it's temporary. Unfortunately, it's still 37 games left to go, but it's still only temporary, and we just have to suffer through these next 37 games maybe. Or if they do turn it around and make it at least interesting, if not actually make a run to the playoffs, then it becomes great and exciting, and that would be great. Hot Take Hockey. Wow. Hey, buddy. John, thanks for coming in. That's the first time. Wow. Hey, everybody. John from Hot Take Hockey's in here. I really appreciate that, buddy. The thing is, I'm not you got to understand, show it. I don't do a lot of play-by-play, but we talk about the game. That's kind of what I do. I've watched yours, and you do a little more play than I do, but we copyright, we can't really do it. So I kind of try to do like your stream a little bit. And I just read comments. But hey, buddy, listen, seriously, thanks for coming in. I appreciate that a lot. Okay, see where I was. Do we re-sign Kovalchuk if he performs well? He takes a spot at his age, and he takes a spot away from somebody next year. I don't know. And do you think he's going to want to re-sign for the $700,000 and make it like no risk? I don't know. If he does that, if he signs for $700,000 for next year, I say yes, but I don't think that'll happen. Brandon, Samuel Poulin is here, but I believe he's injured. Oh, he's injured. Oh, that's it. The Penguins. Yeah, that's it. Jeff Fedgehead, he was talking about that. And that would be great to get Poulin, but I didn't know he was injured, honestly. You said that, but look at St. Louis last year. Yeah, but I mean, look, St. Louis was a what's the word for that? A 1 in a million thing. Honestly, St. Louis, what happened there is probably you're probably never going to see that again in your lifetime. Honestly, so to expect Montreal to be able to do that, I'm not going to count on it. I think at this point, honestly, we can hope for a great draft pick. But like I said, every single game, do I go for the Habs? I want them to win. So it's a catch-22. Yeah, Joe, Poulin was a guy I really, really liked. See you later, Joe. Have a good one. Thanks for coming in as always, buddy. Mike Babcock to Montreal. Yeah, I don't think so. Honestly, will Babcock get another job for a while in the NHL? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't see how they hire him until he has at least a small period of time. I see my streams my Wi-Fi. Sorry, guys, it will come back. Lousy weather around here always affects my Wi-Fi. But Babcock coming to Montreal? No. Coming back into the NHL? I don't think so. Hey, John, I'd appreciate getting to 1K. I've got a contest going. I'm giving a T-shirt away. It's slowly happening, and it'll happen. It's just I don't think the Habs, what's going on with them helps that at all, honestly. Plus myself, I'm new at all this, and it's starting to come along. But I'm happy with it. Look, and any help I can get, I appreciate. That's for damn sure. And congrats to you. I know you passed 10,000, so that's something. That's my target in the long run. I don't see going past that myself, but yeah, I really appreciate you coming in though. That's really cool. LCC beat your son's Billings Blazers today. Is that? I imagine that's hockey. That's what. That's a midget, junior. I don't know, but that's too bad, buddy. Sorry about that. Hey, we're running out of comments. Yeah, am I still on? Is that the problem? Let me just check over here and see how my stream's doing. Okay, they're not telling me I'm unstable, so it's funny because on YouTube I'm a little bit blurry. That I know that's when my signal could be getting weak. Why is Montreal Canadiens paying Dad? Who's Dad? That a typo? Yeah, 19. I know LCC is Lower Canada College. I do know that. But I mean, I was thinking for some reason basketball, and don't ask me where that comes from, but I don't know. I don't know. Flashback from high school, something like that. Hey, David, welcome in. I was wondering where you were, buddy. No, hey, just saying it's great that your channel's growing, but if it grows too much, then there will always be too many people in the stream. It's an unfortunate thing, but wow, I would that's a long way away. I mean, look, I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers, so we get I get 10, maybe 20 people in here. It's not a ton. When you get up in the hundreds, it gets troublesome. But I'm a long way from that. A long way from that. So don't worry. And I would hope down the road that I'm going to have help so that I'll be able to just answer questions and talk, and somebody will read it to me so I don't have to spend the time doing that. That's what I'm kind of hoping is going to happen. And I'm like missing the game. Oh, they're doing a ceremony. Okay, I didn't have it up. Cool. So that's what I kind of really hope will happen, and that'll keep the speed up for me because I really don't like to miss any of the questions. But it's a problem. It happens. I mean, if John's still in here, you know what that's like. Last stream I was in with John's was one of the World Juniors, and he had a lot of people in there, and that stuff just goes past. Like, it's tough. That's tough. So we'll see how it goes. I do my best. So what was the dad thing? John Weichel, what was the dad thing there? What does that mean? Just curious. Yeah, 19 code. I should have known it's hockey. I mean, it's a hockey channel. Like, you're gonna come and talk to me about basketball. Some days, just one of those days. Robert Renault, welcome in, buddy. Thanks for coming in. And yeah, go Habs, go. Let's break this streak. And like, I hope this is not a trap game again. You know, I just hope not. Because after this, if they lose, then if they play again, it's not a trap game because they'll be even. Let me see now. Oh yeah, by season's end, you know, the thing is, there's not enough excitement happening. I get the new subscribers, and there's a lot of excitement so that the videos go out to more people. And it's you guys that are regulars. I'm not getting subscribers from you. I mean, you know, that's so I'm doing videos for you guys, but also for new subscribers so that they'll subscribe. But it's when you get out into search, or not search, into suggested, when new people click, that's where I get them from. And that usually comes when there's a salacious story, you know, that's draft time, when I'm speculating about things, when there's been a trade. That's when the new subscribers come, you know. So I'm hoping by I guess by the deadline, somewhere around my birthday's mid-February, I'm hoping to hit it around then. But if it's season's end, it's when it's going to be. It's not one of those things you can really think about too much. It drives you crazy. I've been at this number or really close for so long. You know, and I have this little app that it's funny. It sits at the top of my YouTube page, and it lets me know views in the last 60 minutes, 48 hours, 7 days, um, how many hours of watch time in the last 7 days, and how many subscribers. And I rely on seeing that thing, and it's like crack. When it goes down and it's not there for a while, I freak out, like, oh, what am I, you know, and it's horrible. And I'm working on not really caring too much. And I no longer do videos thinking, well, okay, I gotta do this. You know, I'm doing videos now for the quality, hopefully, of the video, and not to some of the garbage I did before. Just hoping to bring in new subscribers, but yet when they click, I wasn't really delivering, so I don't want to do that anymore. But yeah, I hope it'll come soon. Anyway, meanwhile, game's on. It's about 1 minute and 20 seconds in. I got to get a feel for it. I haven't noticed who's playing with who yet or anything like that. But no shots from what I can tell. One shot for Ottawa. Okay. So Ottawa's breaking out of their zone. Got Kulak on the ice. So I guess Kulak is playing with Petrie. They clear it out, but Ottawa puts it back in. David's asked me if I think Montreal will win tonight. Well, okay, everybody, if you haven't given what you think the score will be and everything, and who you think the Montreal Canadiens' first goal scorer will be, mine is I kind of see Ottawa winning here 4-3. I'm hoping it's not, but I kind of see a 4-3 loss here. And I've got Kovalchuk for the first goal. John, well, Michael, that's very disappointing news, buddy. Sorry about that. The only thing I can say to you is, buddy, life goes on and time heals all wounds. I've been through that a few times myself, and it's not fun. Nolan, that's a really good, that's where I watch. I haven't had trouble with this site at all. Knock wood. Because, you know, you say things and then that doesn't work again. But yeah, anybody, just read Nolan's comment there. Sports Stats Me works really great. Any more news about the big change coming to the Habs? Elliot Friedman alluded to something recently. Nothing I've heard. I think because of the way the Habs are doing, David, that I think everybody's expecting something to happen. I'm honestly not really. I'm really not, because at this point, for them to go out and trade for somebody good that's going to help them right now, as unlikely as it is for them to make the playoffs, does that really help them? Because if they keep it the way it is now, let their kids get more experience and all that, so they lose, but they get a good draft pick, at the draft, and I don't see anything happening. I don't think Claude's going to get fired. I don't think Bergevin is going to get fired. I don't. I don't think Carey Price is getting traded. I really, really don't. Could he get traded? Of course. I could be 100% wrong, but I don't see it. So I don't know. I haven't heard anything, you know. I mean, I too sort of have a feeling that, but I think it's just I'm feeling what everybody else is feeling. I'm on Twitter a lot, so the toxicity on Twitter is crazy. Okay, I see some. Okay, 1-0 Ottawa joke. Good, did you put a joke? Because I didn't see nothing. 19 County. I am not probably going out except to try to walk my dog for the 2 minutes it'll take. I'm for till Monday. Maybe if we get enough snow tomorrow, because we're supposed to get snow in the afternoon. If we get enough snow that it sits on the ice and you can walk, because it's easy, it packs down and then you don't slip. Maybe, but I'm basically not going anywhere for 2 days. So you might see some extra videos out of me because I'm stuck here. I know there's going to be a new contest one. I don't know if anybody saw my poem video, the Habs Fans Lament. I like to write stuff like that, and when I get in creative moods, I write. So I'm doing my next contest video. I'm going to do something for. I'm kind of in the middle of writing something, so I think you'll see some stuff come out from me over the weekend. Montreal 3-2. Tatar first goal. That's from David Robinson. 19. I totally agree with you. I think stay the course. Wait for the guys to come back. Take your lumps. Finish where you finish. Draft as good as you can. And next year is a brand new slate. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Injuries got to us. We did not have the depth to make them up. And that's what happened. I think there's nothing more than that's what happened. I think we lost John from Hot Take, but that was really cool of John to come in. And I say that, I mean, John's a guy like me. I mean, I'm older than him, I should feel. But, he's got a really good channel. He's got a huge following. He's got over 10,000 subscribers. A really great guy. And it's first time he's in. I feel kind of honored that he came in and said hi. We haven't had a lot of interaction, but he seems like a really great guy. And I like his live streams. They're pretty upbeat and stuff like that. I like that. So it's really cool to have him come in. Where was I now? Subban back to Montreal. I don't know about that, John. I don't know. There's a lot of talk about it, surprisingly, because apparently Subban's on the trade block again. But there's a lot of talk. But that's a $9 million contract. I don't know. I don't know if you want to take Subban on for $9 million. If New Jersey would eat half of that, be a totally different story. Because Montreal is where he played best. I think Montreal, he played best here. But then again, I don't know how serious it is to talk about it, but Nolan Frick's not here today. Hey, Nolan, just for some reason your comments are coming in 2 at a time. Maybe you're not thinking that they're actually entered and they are, and you're doing it again, but they're coming in 2 at a time. Yeah, sorry. Anyways, look, if the stream lags, it'll come back. It's just you just got to hang on. Sorry about that. I am going to I'm actually going to check on that right now and see how she's doing. I'm good on my end here. And it's not saying I'm unstable, so I should be good. Get back to normal here. Yeah, Frick, that's my brother, eh? Take off, eh? You guys are hosers, eh? But no, Frick's not here today. Habs could use Pacioretty right now. He's he's having a good season. But I mean, look, you want to go back and say we could use Jean Beliveau. I mean, not that Pacioretty's retired, but I mean, he's gone. He's not coming back. He's not. I don't think. Anyways, Vegas signed him to a long contract. I doubt he's going to need to go anywhere else unless they trade him. Subban should be on waivers now. I doubt it. Because in the end, he could just say, "I don't want to go down there," and that the contract becomes null and void, and then he can sign somewhere else. But I doubt he'd go down to the AHL. Not PK. Me too. 19. When he was here, he was my favorite player. Yeah, for some reason, a couple of them, Nolan, came in double.